Hello and welcome to another scene set in A Desert Dark Crusade Season 2. Tonight we focus our scene on the infamous little Sombra who has been running around and been going completely AWOL. After having run away from her haven of residence, she has since been returned in a rather, what would you say, a nice carriage, a roofed carriage. It's a carriage. It's a horse-drawn carriage. And she is heading back up the hill that leads to the castle, and is returning home to the accommodation that she ran away from.
I mean, run away from it makes it sound so bad.
Because it is.
No, he was scared. But yeah, she is being driven back and escorted by a ghoul of someone
Who?
who will not name, like you would
Who?
know. You don't know that. Ulrich doesn't know that. Ah.
No, but the ST is asking.
Oh, the ST is asking. Well, the ST, it's Johanna's carriage and ghoul.
Brave.
And Irene will basically tell them like, I mean, unlike normal, where she's kind of staring outside of the carriage, well, through like either like openings and of sorts. This time she's sitting perfectly still, is trying not to move, is trying to keep a certain level of poise and grace to her, even though it is rather difficult for her to maintain it. But as the carriage stops at the gates of the castle, she'll thank the ghoul and will say that she'll walk the last bit. The ghoul's probably at least tries to be somewhat insistent of escorting her to like the actual door, but she'll just kind of shake her head, and if he keeps insisting, then she would probably dominate him at some point. So I'm just gonna
Doorway.
assume that he is not doing it. But yeah, she will send him off. She will thank him for the help. She will tell him once more to thank his lady, and will from the gate walk up to the castle. It's probably rather late at night slash soon to be early in the morning. So she would go through the castle and basically go to her room. Like maybe Ulrich didn't notice that she was gone. No, no,
Eh.
I'm gonna hope it.
Well, go to your room, but before you can go to your room, someone is waiting for you at the front door.
Oh,
What a surprise! Aren't you surprised?
mm, maybe a bit.
I'll take it.
I mean, once more, she's trying to. Um, she's doing her best to be. Yeah, to be calm, to ignore all these things that are kind of lurking in her peripheral vision. Sometimes almost seem like they're reaching out to her as she spots Ulrich, and she will make sure, like very consciously, not grabbing her skirt. Although, like as she walks, she'll kind of strike, let her fingers glide past the fabric of the dress because old habits die hard. And as she comes before Ulrich, she will curtsy. It's still not like Irene's best curtsies or even her normal curtsies. They're still a bit shaky, a bit sloppy, but they're not as horribly feeble as they were before.
he kind of just nods at you, and then walks back through the main door and just gestures for you to come with him.
Yeah, she'll follow.
So you come back into the main hall. Lovely mosaic. How could one ever forget? And he turns back round to you, has his arms crossed and says, "Where did you run off to?"
I followed my feet to the city of Edessa.
You think it might have been an ounce reckless to go out in the state you were in?
Yes, my lord.
Don't do it again.
And she'll simply nod and stare at his feet.
They're lovely feet.
They're lovely feet. Very, very regal feet.
Yes. Fit for a prince. That carriage isn't mine. Who sent you back?
Lady Johanna.
Kind of like slow nod, but like his head tips up and down rather than tipping down and up. Kind of in like analytical recognition. Definitely relaxes a little bit. What happened while you were there?
I was scared, and I had hoped that a walk would calm me down somewhat, but it only made it worse. So I panicked and I ran, and I found myself at the market in Edessa. And she was there too, and she noticed me, and she gave me a place of quiet where we talked, and she like from time to time her eyes kind of still dart towards a certain direction, but she's trying very hard to not jump and jolt as she did before. She gave me some advice and then offered her carriage to take me back to Timuran.
I see. Yes, he does look at you, waiting for you to say something.
She kind of glances up to him, then looks back down again. I apologize, my prince.
You are half a year old.
She
You
nods.
don't have to move so quickly. Pardon?
But she just nods.
Oh. You do not have to move so quickly for life.
She kind of tilts her head, looking a bit confused. Before her eyes kind of dart to a corner, like right behind him. And there's like the slightest twitch in her hands, but she clenches it to a fist and then just relaxes it again. But like actively pretending to relax her hand. I do not understand.
From what I've witnessed of you, you seem to react to everything you come across. And that tends to get you into a lot of trouble. Most of the time more than it's worth. You only need to react to that which matters to you. You don't have to jump to everyone's tune.
I am not.
It's the least convincing I'm not ever. I'm not. Hmm. Should I even empathy that? I think he just wouldn't believe that. Ah, he kind of looks at you as you say that. Um, kind of tilts your head, almost as if he's wondering why you're even trying.
Or maybe she is just really that clueless.
Oh, so I want chat to see this. So so what you're telling me is that she's actually that dense.
I don't know. Do you know? I'm willing to roll my subterfuge for this.
You're rolling a diff 8, madam.
No, I'm rolling at -2 dice. So.
Oh yeah. Roll your absolutely wonderful dice pool. That can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Probably won't now.
Give me a moment. A great amount of dice at this point. But sometimes it's really tedious to be in this fledgling. Oh, there's 2 successes there.
Yes. Oh, fuck you. I called it. I called it. I called it. I called it. I'd just like to tell everyone I called it. I said this would happen. Literally double your dice pool. Doesn't matter though. You are semi-convincing. You still dance. If you're not jumping to someone else's tune, then why are you jumping around every other corner down the hall?
just do what I think I should do. Is that wrong? I only wish to help.
Over the past few days, you've been acting more like a Malkavian than a Sombra. What's going on?
Remember a few nights ago when you found me after I fell in the lake?
Mm-hmm.
Like, about 2 nights after that, I started feeling things, seeing things. Like, just in the corner of my eye. As if something is reaching out and grabbing me. And then disappearing again when I look at it.
What happened in between then and there?
Nothing special.
Are you sure?
I went to Odessa. I met with some people. I went to Gouffran's shop. Nothing really special.
Who do you meet?
There was Madeline. Johanna was there briefly. Gouffran, of course. There was 2 Malkavians, brother and a sister. And there was this strange man who handed out presents.
Did you get one?
Yes.
Oh, he seems pleasantly surprised. I
I don't
think
know
you're
what that is.
underestimating the canine capacity to mess with your mind and naturally generate paranoia for itself. It's a very easy slope to slide down.
You believe someone did this to me?
Not necessarily. Potentially. But if so, it wouldn't last very long. That said, the fact that they did it at all is quite outrageous. If I knew who, or rather, if I knew you were affected by someone else, I'd be dragging them back to this court for judgment.
Is there a way you can tell?
It's not that simple.
I just
Many
thought
things canines can do can also occur naturally.
I assumed it was natural in a way.
Or worse, you've been cursed by God, but I doubt that.
She looks up, clearly alarmed by that.
I doubt God would curse someone like you. I can think of beings who deserve his punishment far more than he has forgiven them. However, it's possible that recent events have just left you out of sorts, particularly given your sleeping problems.
Yes, that's what I assume. Although I'm scared. She still kind of tries to keep her, she tries to keep a calm demeanor. I think especially in front of Ulrich, that kind of slips away a little bit.
He you will take a seat. We'll sit down. Find something to read. Do something you feel comfortable doing. It's often a good way to relieve oneself of emotional stress. At least I find.
Yes, I will try.
You'll get a book.
Yeah, she'll sit down. And as he is not watching, or at least she's presuming that he's not watching since she's,
He isn't watching
grabbing a
me.
book, her eyes dart around the room nervously, looking for like anything.
There's not too much to see in the room. It's completely empty, completely devoid of anything other than Ulrich.
Mm. I mean, it's more her feeling that there's something there that she can't really see than anything else.
Nope, nothing.
She looks a little more at ease at that point, but still kind of stroking the fabric of her dress.
Or just continues reading.
And she doesn't have a book with her, so she's just kind of.
Or you're given one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say she's just gonna watch Ulrich read, but in that case, yeah, she'll take up a book and tries to focus on whatever is in there. But yeah, I think often her mind just kind of gets distracted by that feeling of being watched, being haunted by something, and she looks up several times as she's reading.
Ulrich's eyes kind of dart upwards when you do that, very briefly, for a flicker of a moment. You probably miss it most of the time. Although he does it, at some point, basically, just say, "Oh, he's reading a book." It's strange. I find this far more interesting when there's someone reading beside me.
You do?
I don't know why.
She she looks puzzled at him. I don't know either. I am happy that you are here.
As I am for you. He's reading a book. It's kind of an exotic book, all the way across the Silk Road. It's about India. Or an Indian tale, or rather, Indian fiction. I'd like to travel to India sometime, I think.
I beg your pardon?
He just kind of waves the book. Did you notice the homeland of the Ravnas?
I did not know.
The complete opposite side of the world to us.
Interesting. If it's their homeland, why do they come here?
Why did the venture ever tread outside Rome? Why did La Sombra leave the Mediterranean?
I do not know.
Empire building.
Of course.
Proselytizing research, maybe diplomacy on a rare occasion, and for the rare few, simple curiosity, but mostly empire building. Why would you leave Greece after all?
I followed Lady Celine.
Surely you have a land to claim. He smells a little bit teasing.
No. I do not. She looks, for a moment, she looks a bit sad.
He rubs her head, then kind of wraps an arm around her. Well, I suppose you don't need to claim one if you already have one.
I do not have any land.
A very modest claim to make.
But it's true. She's now kind of starting to look confused. She has the feeling that he's hinting at something that she just doesn't understand.
Of course not. No. What happened? No. No, nothing. No. No. Oh, bully. Uh,
No bully, Irene.
no, everyone bully Irene.
It's true. So,
Oh, thanks. It's literally happening right now. The point being is that you have a home here, so what reason would you have to claim another land?
and she smiles at that, obviously relieved. Yeah. No, I would not wish to, especially not yet hold any lands of my own.
Well, I was only 2 decades old when I claimed my first barony, so who knows?
So, only 19 and a half years to go.
It may sound daunting, but it's not very long to archive.
I know, but it still feels very long to me. And I do not believe I hold your skills for leadership.
Good thing you have someone to teach you.
She nods.
Would you like to go for a quick walk?
If it would please you, of course.
There's a cathedral fair size in the city. I thought you might like to visit it. I know we have a chapel in this building, but
That sounds lovely.
by all means.
Yeah, she'll get up. And yeah, she'll follow Ulrich.
Follow the leader.
Like a little duckling.
Does Eirene have other things she wants to do? Or we get
Mm,
to and there she explores the lovely little chat in lovely little cathedral.
Besides not freaking out, there's little that she wishes to do.
Okay, I think we'd be good to end the scene there.
Cool.
As Eirene starts cooling off, shall we say, after a turbulent series of nights.
I mean, not really.
But yes, she does.
No.
I demand it.
Couple more nights.
This is Eirene, everybody. See you next time.